Hi everyone, this is Veronica and today we are going to talk about human-leopard conflict. So already I have talked about such animals like, for example, tiger, then there is elephant. We already talked about man-animal conflict in various ways and about their habitat also. So here especially we are going to talk about leopard and human conflict. For my video updates, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. The PDF of this lecture will be uploaded on our website. So this is our channel StudyIQ. If you're preparing for any government exam, our pen drive and tablet courses are also available. For additional information, you can call on these numbers or you can visit our website. So from exam point of view, how this topic is important, obviously if we talk firstly from the UPSC perspective, mains paper 3 environment, this will be covered under this portion. And here the main topic is man-animal conflict. Okay, so that you have to focus on. Then obviously for some case studies from ethics, it is also important because it can help you in solving a case study also. So now here, what is the issue firstly? Because recently a lot of leopard attacks have been seen. Now the latest one in Pune's suburb area, in which at least 5 people including 3 people who were trying to capture the animal were injured in the process. So this adds to a list of conflicts, as in recent news there are a lot of conflicts already involving the big cat. So here we are referring the leopard as big cat. We refer them because they belong to a genus Panthera, and there are around 5 species of Panthera, and this leopard is one of them. For example, tiger, it also belongs to the family Panthera, this genus Panthera, and its scientific name is Panthera tigris. So here in the comment box you need to tell me what is the scientific name of leopard, right? So now, and even one more thing here I want to tell you, the latest in Jalandhar also, a leopard injured 4 people in dramatic encounter in densely populated neighborhood. Now we'll talk about at least why these leopards are attacking human beings. So this is the main thing that we need to understand, because usually the conflict of humans with animals has been seen when they are trying to kill the animal, but before capturing it or killing it, we need to give a thought. We need to understand the nature and the behavior of the animal. So without a doubt, a leopard which is spotted in a village, cropland or city outskirt is looking for food. That is the main thing. That is why they are wandering. But this is not necessarily because there isn't any enough food to eat in the forest. So leopards are the most adaptable cats. They are adaptable. That means they can coexist with human beings. They are adaptable in nature. They are great survivors and they are not fussy about prey pedigree. With humans around, there is always food. So these animals also understand where there are humans, there is food also. So there is livestock also, there are dogs, there are garbage dumps. So this is why leopards evolved to live around people using secondary forest or even suitable cropland as cover during the day, and padding around human neighborhoods after dusk. So this is why when a leopard is spotted unexpectedly close to any human habitation, chances are it isn't new arrival. This cat and probably the generations before it have been using the space without ever blowing their cover, right? So we need to understand this thing. Just because it has been sighted does not mean it intends to harm. So whenever you see a leopard in a human population, the intention of leopard is never to harm the humans, but it is looking for food. So just because you see them and you kill them, so face to face both sides will panic. For the leopard, this panic can trigger one of the 2 responses. One is flee and other is fight, right, when they encounter human beings. So if it gets surrounded by a crowd of people, before it can slip away, which is the case most often, it will attack. So most of the attacks of leopards on human population is because they get panicked or they get crowded by the people, and then to slip away, then to run away, they attack the human beings. So humans are not naturally at risk from leopards. We need to understand this thing. For example, consider this example. Let me rub this. Okay, so let's consider this example. India has at least 12,000 leopards. and most of them live among people. Each of these animals must make a kill every week to survive. So they have to kill one animal every week to survive. So humans are by far the easiest prey, and yet over 6 lakh kills, so if they are killing around 6 lakh kills, total kills including any kind of prey, that India's leopard make every year, human victims account for less than 0.001%. So human beings are the easiest prey, but yet they do not kill the humans. So even these rare tragedies are of humans' own making. If humans are being killed, they are being killed because of their own mistakes. So the result of capturing and translocating dozens of cats, rampant poaching, and often leaves cubs unschooled or the uninformed bravado of lynch mobs. So they are a victim of lynching mobs. That is why they attack the human population. So this is the thing you need to understand. That is why I said understanding the nature and behavior of animal is very important to avoid the human-animal conflict. So if anything, the proximity to peoples makes leopards, not humans, most vulnerable. So estimates based on body part seizures shows that 4 leopards are poached every week on average. So my next thing is, what should we do? This will help you in case study in your ethics exam, that what should you do if you spot a leopard? So give it a space to slip away. Don't panic, just give it space to slip away. This is what is desperately wants to do, that the leopards wants to do. So never surround it and block its escape routes. Even a house cat can be handful if it is cornered. You might have observed that. For the forest department and local police and crowd management must be the most crucial primary response in order to avoid injuries and save lives. So this is why we are specifically talking about leopards in this lecture, because their behavior is different. So here you can read these lines, that conflict between people and wildlife has attained serious dimension, because of lately we are seeing lot of such examples. And what is the harm here? It is detrimental for the conservation of these wild animals. So then we see bloody conflicts. Now from the mains perspective, what is important here? What are the causes of man-animal conflict? So I have just numbered them. First of all, habitat fragmentation and shrinking of habitat. That means we are already giving rise to shrinking of their space and food, etc. in the forest, which is required for the wild animals, which results in animals stray out of habitat and search for food. So this is one reason. Next is encroachment of forest lands by local people. It has resulted in shrinkage of wildlife habitats again, especially on the fringes, which has increased the pressure on limited natural resources. So natural resources, they are being shared by the rural people and the animals, so there is a conflict. So increased disturbance is another, this is especially due to fuel wood, because every year rural people, they tend to move more deeper into the forest, and then these conflicts are normal. Then here this point is increase in the area under cultivation around wildlife habitats and changed cropping pattern. So this is very important, because it has also contributed to increased man-animal conflict, because people have started growing commercial crops. Commercial crops are like sugarcane, which tends to give you more money, sugarcane, banana, then teak wood they are also growing, which provide good hiding place for the animals like wild boar or sloth bear and panthers, right? Then we see these animal and human conflicts, because they get a place to hide. It is observed that the local people have to go deeper, and as I told you, for the fuel wood. So you can tell me more of these causes of animal and human conflicts. Now we'll talk about what are the results of these conflicts. I've already discussed in my previous video, so I won't go much in detail, because obviously crop damage is one of them, animal deaths, human deaths, injuries to the people, injuries to the wildlife, and then livestock, because they attack the cows, the dogs, the livestock the people keep at homes, and buffaloes and whatever, pigs, right? So this is the result. Now how can we stop this? How it can be mitigated? This is the main thing which will help you in answer writing. Like you can say it is a way forward. So obviously, first line is to control poaching, because poaching of wild animals should be stopped, so that no number of wild animals can be stabilized as its carrying capacity, which would reach equilibrium in the ecosystem, and this equilibrium between the numbers of prey animals and predators in the forest ecosystem would be maintained. So why poaching here I'm talking specifically, suppose there's an animal leopard, okay, and there is its certain prey it attacks on, but we are poaching this prey, we are killing the prey for the human benefits, right? Then this leopard is not getting its proper food, so it's disturbing the food chain also. So we need to stop killing the prey of the big animals also for our own benefit. Then obviously poaching of leopards for money is another thing that needs to be stopped. Then to undertake SMC works, SMC is soil and moisture conservation measures. We need to stop this, like vegetative checks, dams, loose boulder, check dams, cement plugs. So in natural way we have to stop this. Then the sufficient food and water for wildlife will be available, and number of animals straying out of forest will be controlled, because if we'll control the soil quality, vegetation would be good, and these animals, the prey of these animals will depend upon the good grass around. They won't die out, so the leopards will have sufficient food, because ultimately we have to sustain the food chain, right? So that is why the vegetative cover and good vegetation matters, because their prey feed on these vegetations. We have to stop monoculture and increase number of edible miscellaneous species, because plant monoculture of species like teak should be avoided. Instead, mixed plantations of miscellaneous bamboo and fruit species can be considered. This will provide more food for animals in the forest, hiding shelter to animals, as well as provide food for most of the herbivores. So definitely you see in all these poaching, the soil, the food chain is important. So we have to stop the fragmentation developments also, because our development projects are ultimately disturbing the habitats of the wildlife. And then we have to provide LPG to the villagers, because they depend upon the fuel wood more or less, and then they move into the village, leading to these kind of conflicts. You can tell me various other things also. One more I can tell you, the awareness raising. I have talked about this step in my earlier videos also. I have talked about different examples from the world. How can we use those examples to stop the conflict? We can control the crop pattern. We can relocate, rehabilitate of problematic and disadvantaged wild animals also. So you can tell me more measures to stop the man-animal conflict. So this is all about today. This is my address for my social media contact if you have any query, and the PDF will be uploaded on the site, right? Thank you.